Så optager vi, og så kan vi lige vinke til dem, som hører på bagefter, fordi det er altid hyggeligt, at folk kan få lige en hilsen. Men jeg har muted alle sammen, så det virker helt stille. Men jeg tror, det er rigtig mange, der er helt vildt glade for tiden, fordi de begynder at få kunder og partner, og det sker en hel masse. Det kan man se ind på siden, hvor folk de skriver en hel masse forskelligt derinde. Det er helt vildt godt. Hej Jan! Ikke også? Men nu starter jeg lige mødet her, fordi at nu er det 2 minutter over, og lige om lidt, så får vi faktisk en gæst på. Så det er jeg rigtig spændt på. Det er ham, der startede hele Sensino. Han er nu Global President, og for jer, der har lige været op til årseventet, I kunne se, at det er, nu er der lige en 14 dages siden, eller i torsdags var der 14 dage siden, de har fået deres lille datter. Og så alligevel, så jeg tror, de nyder at være forældre, men at han har valgt at sige ja til at komme på. Han kan se, at det er simpelthen så mange, der er bare på. Og jeg har da også rigtig mange, som Jan og Susie, selvom de sidder de sidder derude. Nu unmuter jeg jer. Ej, det er fordi, I har selv muted jer selv. Det gav jeg ikke. Men I må gerne unmute lidt. Fordi jeg synes, det en af de fantastiske ting for jer af, er, at I har sagt, at det har været fantastisk lige det sidste stykke tid, men har bare haft så meget energi.
Det har vi. Det er helt sikkert, at det har været enormt spændende, og ligesom både være en del af konkurrencen med os selv, men også med alle mulige andre. Og så det har været dejligt med et kærligt spark lige i bagdelen. Så tak for det.
Det er bare helt fantastisk. Og det er også lige det, der nogle gange skal til, at man får måske noget motivation et eller andet sted fra, eller man får en hel masse energi et sted fra.
Ja.
Og vi har fået så mange nye muligheder med hubben, og man kan sende ud links, og at det kommer flere og flere ting på. Det er rigtig spændende. Og det er rigtig mange, der har fået mindst én action point, ikke også?
Jo.
Ja, det er
vi har også fået de 2 sidste dage, så vi har 6 action point nu. På vej mod de 8.
Altså, jeg synes, det er super godt, og det er faktisk flere, der har nået de her 8 action point allerede i teamet. Det er også flere, der har nået flere, eller mange har nået 5 nu. Og jeg synes bare, at man har begyndt at få den første. Det er den største skridt. Nummer 1 er den første. Og jeg kom på med det. Nu kan jeg se, at vi får vores gæst på, så nu går jeg lige over til engelsk igen, because I don't want to do it in Norwegian. Ørjan, we were just talking in the team about how exciting it is. I think everybody on this call, we've had our hands up, we've been on team meetings, we've been talking, and people have been doing meetings. A lot have been running. We have people with their 8 action points. We have people that we're just talking with that just finished up their 6th action point, and more with 5. And we were talking about how great it was just to start with the first, and we've got a lot to do the rest of this month that they can get. So you guys planning these events up there, Ørjan, you guys knew what you were doing because people are excited and they're running. I think that was the point.
That's always the goal.
So Ørjan, you were just on a live, but tell us a little more, how important the last part of the month is here and what people can be doing for that.
So there is, of course, many things that can be said, but I think that at an end of a month after an event, the most important thing that we do is to become honorable. Because the first step is that you got to be hungry. The next step is that eventually you got to become honorable, willing to change, starting to like change, starting to become better version of yourself. And then the last step is becoming honorable. And the person you want to honor is yourself, because at some point you in Globen maybe had an idea, a vision, a thought saying that, hey, I can become somebody. Maybe at one of the recognitions you said, it's me up there, one day I'm going to be on stage. Maybe it's one of the speakers you said, well, I want to be able to be up there speaking like that. Maybe some of you had guts enough to say, I love the way Randy Gage can entertain, but just watch me until I get good, then I'm going to beat the crap out of him. Well, he's getting old and most of you guys are young, so that's your benefit. So you can one day take over, but or maybe you just said, okay, I'm going to prove to myself that I can get 25 customers, or I'm going to do the 8 action points. Whatever you promised yourself at one time during the event, that is the promise that you keep at the end of the month, is honor your word. And the day we become able to honor our own words, the day we become able to set a goal or say something, and then we know that we will go all out to accomplish it, we become very, very great people. We become fast movers, and it changes everything. So at the end of this month, honor what you said, go all in, do what you can. And if you can't make it all the way, then renegotiate, and that's okay sometimes too, and say that, well, this is what I'm going to honor. I was a little bit too excited, I promised too much, but I'm going to honor this. And then you set a new target and you accomplish that and prove to yourself and everyone else that you are who you say you are.
Mm-hmm. So Ørjan, I know some of us have, we heard some of the things about being accountable and things like that. And we've actually, some people have went into an accountability group to keep up the core, the fast track group. And we're going to start another group here that's going to, because the fast track group is doing a minimum of the 422, the 8 meetings a week, and reading and listening, and always have the event ticket. So we have a separate group for that, keeping each other accountable for that. And then we're going to start another group for those who felt that sometimes you set a goal and it's hard to hit that, but maybe you need to set a goal that you know you can hit. So we're going to do a Fantastic Four group. And some people have started to say we want to be a part of that group. Because accountability can make a big difference of saying we're going to keep ourselves accountable. I think that's been helpful. Some people have said that's been great because they're writing their meetings down. But I think sometimes it gets people stressed out. So what would you say to people setting goals, you know, like?
There is 4 types of goals that I always like people to have.
Okay.
The first time, the short-term goal. So what to accomplish this year needs to be very realistic. That's a goal you're supposed to hit. It's going to be very realistic. Then you have the intermediate or like a 1-year goal. That's going to be fairly realistic. So it has to be maybe a little bit challenging, but it has to still be unrealistic end. So it's not, you're not going to doubt yourself, is that possible to do? And then you're going to have a longer term goal, maybe 5 years, 3 years, 5 years. And that's going to be fairly challenging, meaning that it has to challenge you. It has to be something, okay, if I did that, that'd be great. And that's not going to happen just by me doing nothing. And then the 4th kind of goal is to have a big, hairy goal, something that is totally utmost challenging. If that's in a 3-year period, 5-year period, 10-year period, doesn't matter that much. But it's going to be like, okay, I have no idea how I can accomplish that. But if I do, I'm going to be so on fire that I don't know where I'm going to hide, because that would be insane. And many people turn these things upside down, because we have a tendency to overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 10 years. So you flip it around and you have the big, hairy goal in the next 2 months. And then you get very excited, but then you also get very disappointed, because most of those kind of goals never happen. And then 5 years from now, you have, oh, if I could have a nice income and have a nice family life and get a nice house and I could have a nice car, then I will be happy. That's the long-term goal, which is like completely flatlining. 10 years from now, you can have 20 million customers in India. Well, then you didn't even get, you got like 2% of whoever got born every year in those 10 years. It's like nothing in India.
Yeah.
See, so you can have a 10-year goal that is crazy like that, but you can't have, oh, it's 3 days left of the month. I'm going to work really hard if I can make diamond, but I see that I can't make it, so I'm going to do absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Which is what a lot of people do. They push themselves too much, so it's no fun anymore because you know you're not going to get it.
And I think that's it. People have to realize they're in this for the long term. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Find what you're running for. But still, right now, we've got this great campaign. So I think a lot of people have set a goal for October and November.
8 action point is a very realistic goal.
Yes. And that's what they're set for the goal for right now. And then they've set some goals for what they want to hit for this. Maybe this month they have different goals of different titles or something. And then next month they've set almost a big hairy goal, but it's a goal that is achievable, that they could get with the 200%, and they want to run for that goal.
Okay, so let's deal with the 8 action points first.
Okay.
Of course, if you have 0 customers and 0 action point today, you got to get out there and get in front of a lot of people. But if you were selling people the balance oil, a coffee machine to give away for Christmas to their dad, a subscription to go with that coffee, you maybe wanted to have some skin serum yourself because you don't have subscription on that yet, and you found somebody that wanted extend oil and lean shake. I mean, that's 8-9 customer points just there, and we're talking about 3 people.
Yeah.
So if you learn to sell more products to one person, it becomes very easy to get 8 action points.
Okay.
Then you also can go back, if you have customers, you can go back to all of the customers and say, okay, flu season is coming up. We've got this well-studied, amazing immune product. Why don't we get you signed up for Extend for 6 months during the flu season? So then you go back to 8 balanced customers and you sell an upgrade to each one of them, for instance. Or you can say, well, I know you've improved a lot with the balanced oil, but if you added Extend to that, that'd be another level in result. Or you can go back to a customer and say, hey, have you tried out our skin serum? We've got a great campaign on it right now. So if you would like to try that out, this would be the perfect time. I know that our own studies between using the oil and the skin serum doubles the effect when it comes to the smoothness of your skin. So would you like to look pretty for Christmas? So there's many ways to turn around and do it. And then, of course, you have all the new meetings in addition to that. But I think sometimes we just get stuck on the only way that counts is a new meeting. Now, selling more to an existing customer is also a big part of it.
Okay. So right now, I think a lot are going to their, how many are working on their 8 action points? I think most people are working on them. Or some of them are already there.
And some are going for 5.
And some people are going for a minimum, at least 5. Yeah, good. And I think, and then they're setting goals. So we're going to rush till Wednesday at midnight. We're going to get everything in to get those action points in. And then comes the next thing, is setting the goal for next month. And a lot of people have set goals for next month. Do you have any wisdom on what they should do for next month's goals?
Start early. Work hard all month.
So
It's often that simple.
Start early, work hard all month.
Yeah, because it's easy now when we're going to push hard now, okay? Next couple of days, it's going to be euphoric because more and more people are going to go for the goals, and we're going to work way too much, and we're going to get unbalanced. So then a lot of people take a week or two of rest when we get into November.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start pushing again. And you thought that all of the people that were taking the 8 action points would be working early without you, but they will also take a rest. People duplicate you perfectly when you do something that doesn't necessarily challenge people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would then get out very early Thursday and say, hey, I just landed my first customer in this new month, or hey, I just got my first partner in, I'm so excited, let's get all of us to have weekly results, let's set our goals today, let's by Wednesday end our biggest week so far. So what if you ended your biggest week in the beginning of a month instead of the end of the month? How big could the end of the month be then?
Yeah. That would be huge. So that I see that, because it's the earlier, I know they say that so much gets done in the last few days.
Yeah, it's we humans are like that. When we get close to the deadline, then we start doing something.
So we could just as well do it in the first few days.
Yeah, no, it's like if you're sitting around the table, dishes needs to be done, you're getting visitors at 7, you're still drinking coffee at 5. Then at 6:30, you start moving all of those dishes away and cleaning up. And then when they ring the doorbell, you're wiping off the last parts, and then you go out and open up. Instead of just doing it at 5, and then from 5:30 until 7, you're sitting there relaxing and just having a chill time. We have this tendency to always postpone. So becoming proactive is the opposite of doing this. That is then starting early, proactively doing it so that you actually finish up your goal on the 25th of the month, and you say, okay, the last week of the month is going to be my worst week.
Okay.
Or you set a new goal and you go beyond what you expected for the month.
I love it. Okay. Now I know
and I would challenge everyone in this group, as I did on Facebook post earlier today. I don't know if you've seen it, but decide that pen in Globen, that's yours next year. You've got it's 12 months, a little bit more than 12 recruits, so 15 recruits. If you get on that path to get 1 to 2 each month, you're going to get a fast growing business. You might want to bring 5 of them in before Christmas. So start with a big push, maybe 6 even. And really go out there and decide that you're going to be the one. Because if you do that and you duplicate that in your team, and you get 5 first and then 10 people in your team fighting to get the 15, by the end of the day and through the duplication, that's going to be 1,000 new customers in your team this year.
Mm-hmm. I love it. So Ørjan, there's still people who will say, okay, just a basic thing, of what to do right now. Because some people have trouble motivation or doing something. Is there something that you could say in regards to people, in regards to motivation?
Watch what you say when you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
There is a book by Chad Halmstetter.
Yep.
What to say when you talk to yourself. I think that's a great reading.
Yeah.
I think the book...
S-H-A-D, Chad Halmstetter.
Yeah, you can post the picture to the group later on.
Yep.
And then I can easily find it. There is other great books. The Magic of Thinking Big, all of Napoleon Hill's books, The Magic of Believing, The Power of Positive Thinking. Get some of those, and there is newer books out there too. There is, so like a guy texted me the other day, and I just went through my bookshelves and I took picture of 15, 20 books, and then he said, "Stop, I've got enough." And I said, "Well, I've got 200 more titles on this subject that I've read." I was just giving you a little bit of the crusting on the cake. No, so get on a program where you start talking to yourself the way you should talk to yourself, where you talk yourself up, where you talk belief into yourself, where you say, yes, I can do that. I'm gonna acquire the competence. Of course I can. If anybody else has become crown, I can become crown. If somebody else has become diamond, I can. Of course I can recruit 15. I can. Hey, I'm going. My first trip ever since I joined Cincino is gonna be to go on a 2020 trip to Gran Canaria, and in that 5-star hotel down there, I'm gonna fly down. I'm gonna spend my first trip in a suite. So I'm gonna live in that big room. I'm not gonna have any roommates, or I'm gonna bring my husband or my wife or whatever. I'm gonna live in that big room, and that's gonna be the most luxurious vacation I've ever had. And if you check the price online, those rooms are like 700-800 euros per night. So it's not, this is not a room that you would normally buy when you go on a week vacation, okay? We're talking about 50 or 40,000 Danish for the room for the week, which is quite a lot in most people's family budget. Could you agree?
Yeah.
And if you get 25 recruits during this year and qualify for the trip, you will be there. That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. There's so many things that are so exciting, Ørjan. I mean, we see the future, we see where it's going. We're excited about the hub. In our team, we have a team meeting or a BP tomorrow. We're going to be training a little bit about the hub and expanding it until we get some more guacamole and taco sauce and those kind of things.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. And we're excited about where the future is. And I know that we've made a pact in this team to be the team that everybody's talking about in Denmark. And I think they're the team that most of them on here had one of the titles of the Globen with Top Gun. Yay. Yeah. And I really,
good job.
And there's so many of them that have made so many decisions here. So you're going to hear more from the people on this team for sure.
I love that. So you can do this, and when you tell yourself that every day, and you talk about all the great things you're going to achieve, when you talk about the dreams, when you talk about whole life is going to be one day, then you make yourself powerful and you take more actions, and more of those things will happen. So that's my big recommendation to you. Finish this month strong, start early next month, hit a new rank in November, go powerfully through December, and then we come into January, and 2019 is going to be your year.
Thank you, Ørjan.
Okay,
I'm going to unmute for everybody and unmute everybody. We would just want to say thank you from everybody in the team. Thanks, Ørjan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to believe in you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Powerful, powerful, powerful from our founder, global president. Det er helt vildt, at han tager den tid til at lige at hoppe på og sige, det her, selvfølgelig vil han være på i vores team. Er vi ikke fortsat med at sige, vi bliver nummer 1?
Det gør vi.
Nej, hvor var det bare fedt, altså.
Ikke også?
Jo.
Jo, woohoo!
Og det er også noget sjovt at nå hjem til med sjovt varsel her.
Men vi har taget den beslutning her sidste uge, og vi tager bare et teammøde jeg ved godt, nogen har andre møder, hist og pist, og en gang imellem er der FP den uge, og det er ikke alle, det kan få hver eneste uge, det er okay. Hvis det er også for meget for nogen, jamen vi poster de der recording, eller optagelse hedder det. Den poster jeg hver gang, og så kan I se det senere, men jeg kan lige afsløre næste mandag til vores team, har vi ham selv, en af de bedste, som jeg synes vokser hurtigst, Crown Marco Aslante på næste gang. Så jeg synes, at vi skal blive ved med at holde de her, og vi prøver lige at holde det altid inden for en halv time. Så hvis I kan nå at støtte et eller andet, I må gerne sætte det i jeres kalender, så at vi kan lige få lidt ekstra træning hver eneste uge. For dem, der gerne vil have det, hvorfor ikke lige tage alt, hvad vi kan ud af det? Er det jo? Yes, sæt det i kalenderen for næste uge. Det bliver det samme link på. Det kan vi bare fortsætte med hver gang, men jeg skal nok poste inden. Så man sæt kryds i kalenderen. Og lad os da lige være sikre på, at vi får resten af den her måned. Gør alt, hvad I kan for at få 8 action point. Og husk, at den 1. november, der er der BPS også i Vejle, for jer, der har lyst til at komme der. Jeg vil sige, at alle skal jo komme, hvis I kan. Jeg ved, at der er en BPS i København den 12. Yes. Så sæt kryds i kalenderen der, for jer i København. Og hvis I kender nogen, så er det fantastisk at lige få mødet med dem inden. Og det er en fantastisk træningdag. Er der andre nyheder eller andre ting, vi skal lige huske at sige?
FP i morgen i Esbjerg.
FP i morgen i Esbjerg. Vi laver en træning angående vores hub, og nogle ting til at kan ske lige her og nu.
Sender I den direkte, Carla?
Ja, jeg tænkte faktisk på, om jeg kan få en, der vil stå, så laver vi det bare live ind i eventet. Fordi så kan den altid bruge, man skal ikke optage til brug energi på det. Vi skal bare gøre det på den måde. Så jeg spørger lige en, der vil stå foran og sætte det på live. Det bliver en kort del af det, og så laver vi lidt forskelligt. Ja. Er det okay?
Super. Ja, så vi kan følge med herovre.
Så vil jeg lige lave en ting med hensyn til, at hvis I gerne vil være med i de her accountability groups, de her grupper, som holder hinanden ansvarlige, det har vi lavet igennem november måned, 5 uger nu. Og vi har selv lavet den her gruppe, som vi nævnte sidste gang, med 8 møder, som vi kalder Fast Track-gruppen, som holder your core. Og så har vi besluttet, at det er nogen, der synes, det er for meget, og 4, hvis det er den, som passer til jer, så passer det op. Ja.
Rigtig larmer.
Ja, det er, jeg slukker lige for dem, som jeg kan se bliver gul. Men så laver vi en gruppe også, hvis I har lyst til at være med på den, der holder møder til 4 møder om ugen, som er, det kan godt være, at man vil gerne det. Og I kan også vælge nogle andre, I vil gerne holde ansvarligt sammen med. Det er også nogen, der siger, at jeg har ikke brug for at være med i en gruppe. Det bestemmer I selv. Så, men vi holder de her accountability groups, de her til at holde en anden ansvarlig med hensyn til antal møder. Det har været rigtig positivt for mange, og nogen, som gerne vil være med i en anden gruppe, det er også helt super godt. Så det synes jeg, det laver vi i fremtid af til resten af den her måned, og så november, og så vil vi lave en vurdering af, hvad der er godt, hvad der ikke er så godt, og så laver vi nye grupper derefter, i mindre grupper, fordi vi skal ikke have for store grupper. Er det okay?
Ja.
Ja.
Det er super.
Helt fantastisk. Det vil sige, at vores teammøde er færdig, så vi siger farvel til denne gang, og vi skal måske vinke til dem, der kigger på senere.
Ja.
Farvel.